Welcome everyone to Yom Kippur services. If you can, please dress in white and remember your kippah. Now let's turn it over to Rabbi Earne and Moreh Alan.
Good morning. Good morning. Join with us. It doesn't matter. No one's watching. Shanah Tova, everyone! And welcome to High Holy Day services on this Yom Kippur. From your homes, shout it out! Shanah Tova, everyone! Very good. Special day today. It's Yom Kippur. So a meaningful Yom Kippur to you and welcome to our Yom Kippur services. Now let's take a moment and get ready to begin some tefillah, some prayer. Every morning we get presents. Who can share with me what presents we get?
A present we get in the morning is sunlight.
A fresh new start.
Every morning we wake up with the gift to be kind to everyone around us.
The present I get in the morning is bedhead.
A present I get in the morning is seeing my family.
A present in the morning to me is the opportunity to make the most of your day.
And what do we say when we get a present?
Thank you.
That's right. Does anyone here know a prayer that means thank you?
Moreh Alan.
You are correct. Moreh Alan. Moreh Alan, take it away. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Moreh Nishmati Bechela, Bechela, Rabbi Earne, Papa, Rabbi Earne, Papa, Rabbi Earne, Kol hakavod, great singing. Shema, which means to listen for God. Very important. We always take time to listen for God. Let's come together as we cover our eyes to say the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Long ago, we were slaves in the land of,
Egypt.
and in charge of Egypt was a really mean guy, and his name was
Pharaoh.
But then a great Jewish hero stood up to Pharaoh, and his name was
Moses.
And Moses went to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, Pharaoh, let my people.
Go.
And Pharaoh said 3 times.
No, 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 I will not let you go.
So God and Moses teamed up. They dropped 10 plagues on the people of Egypt, and Pharaoh said, get out of here, it's too much. And the people of Israel, they left Egypt. They were on their way to Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, until a great thing appeared in front of them, and it was the Red
Sea.
That's right. So God and Moses split the Red Sea into 2. And the people of Israel, they walked on through. And when they got to the other side and they realized they were safe and on their way to Israel, what did they do? That's right. They sang. And they sang this very song that we are going to do right now. Micha Mocha. when we say the Amidah?
He steps backwards.
And what's the next thing that we do when we say the Amidah?
3 steps forward.
And what's the third thing that we do when we say the Amidah?
Bend our knees and bow.
Tell me something about our feet when we say the Amidah.
Keep them together.
Adonai sepatai tikachlu fia vitei latecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zoker Chasdei Avot, U'Mevi Goel Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava. Zofreinu lechaim, melech hafetz b'chaim, v'chatveinu b'sefer ha'chaim, lema'ancha Elohim chaim, melech ozer ufoked u'moshiach u'magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Ufoked Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei metim atah Rav le'hoshia, Mechalkel chayim v'chesed, Mechayei metim berachamim rabim, Somech noglim v'raveh choli, O matir asurim, O mekayem emunato, lishamei achar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, O midom elach, melech meimit, O mechayem, O masliach yeshua, ve'eman ata lachayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hametim. Chavrei, this might seem a little different. Instead of davening here at Beth Am, you're davening at your home. I still would like to ask you to take a moment and try to stand in silence and listen for your breath. One way of understanding God is by understanding God's name. God's name is Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. It is the sound of a breath. Listen carefully. Take a moment during the silent part of the Amidah and listen for your breath. It's a blessing. It's always with you. And when you listen for it, it gives us strength to address any challenge we face.
We will now sing a prayer for health and healing. Please add the name of someone you know that is in need of healing at the appropriate time.
If you have someone in your life that's in need of health and healing, please add them at this time.
All those suffering from COVID, now it's your turn to add a name. What does peace sound like?
Peace to me really sounds like harmony.
Peace to me sounds like laughter.
To me, peace sounds like a long hike in nature.
Peace sounds like hanging with our friends at Bethel.
Peace sounds like people praying at the hotel.
Peace sounds like Havdalah at camp.
To me, peace sounds like the chirping of birds and the wind blowing through the trees.
Join with us for Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bivroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
The Ashamnu prayer lists all of the mistakes we can make, and it lists them in Hebrew in alphabetical order. Friends, let's take the first 5 letters of the alphabet and list a mistake that we often make.
A. I was angry at my parents when they were just trying to help me.
B. I bullied someone online.
C. I cheated at a game with my friends.
D. I didn't listen to my teacher.
E. I was envious of someone else.
Ashamnu.
You try it now.
We asked, are we there yet? When we just asked a minute ago. We bid people. We call people names. We dropped things on the floor and didn't pick them up. We fought with our friends and siblings. We grabbed without asking. asking. We hit instead of using our words. Now take a moment as a family and share one at a time one thing we did this year that we can improve on. And now we'll hear from our teens some of the things that they can improve on.
F. I forgot to study for a test.
G. I gave my grandma a hard time.
H. I hid the truth from my friend.
I ignored the new kid in my class.
Thank you, Moreh Alan. Yom Kippur is the time when we look at God as our parent.
One of the most important characteristics of a parent is that they forgive us and they help us grow from our mistakes. The prayer Avinu Malkeinu expresses our hope that God will forgive us and help us grow. Moreh Alan, take it away.
Avinu Malkeinu. Arm in arm with your family.
Almost time to conclude our service. Let's end with a special Am Yisrael Chai.
Before we conclude with our last song, wherever you are, let's give it up for Moreh Alan!
And let's give it up for the one and only Rabbi Earne!
Our last song is going to be Am Yisrael Chai. We have some special guests that will be joining us. These are some of the most precious members of our community that have overcome some of the darkest moments that we have seen and have done so with incredible strength. When you see their faces and you hear their voices, you can't help but be filled that Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel, will continue to live.
My name is Manya Wallenfels. Am Yisrael Chai.
My name is Mike Wallenfels. Am Yisrael Chai.
of Jonah, a script for older children, told by your Madrichim. Act 1, One Way to Tarshish. Jonah!
Pardon me?
Jonah, it's me, God. Go at once to Nineveh. Those guys are really bugging me, not looking after the poor people in the city, or the hungry, or the kids, or the women. I've had it. Tell them to smarten up or else.
Nineveh. Right.
Jonah starts walking. Up come signs with 2 arrows pointing opposite directions. One arrow says to Nineveh, the other arrow says to Tarshish. And that's how Jonah finds himself on the first boat, not to Nineveh. But Jonah should have known better. When you're dealing with God, you can run, but you can't hide. God sent a nasty storm to batter the ship Jonah was on.
Oh my gosh, this is awful. The worst storm ever. Throw everything aboard so we don't sink. Hey, where's that guy? You know the guy?
He said he was going down below to take a nap. I'll go get him. Hey, buddy, we need you. All the sailors are praying our little hearts and tossing our stuff overboard to stay afloat. You better get up and pray to God, too. Any port in a storm.
Meanwhile, the sailors had gotten desperate. They pulled straws, not a very reliable method, to see whose fault the storm was. The answer came up Jonah, so they asked him some tough questions.
All right, buddy, look here. What do you know about all this? Where do you come from? What's your country? Who are your people?
I am a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land.
Dry land. Sounds real good to me. Hey, didn't you say earlier that you were running away from your God? What in heaven's name did you do to cause this storm? Oh, wow. This whole thing is really freaking me out. So you got any bright ideas on how to get us out of the situation which you caused?
There's only one thing to do. Pick me up and toss me into the sea. Then the storm will stop.
Oh, great. This is our only choice? No way. There's got to be some more stuff we can check off this boat first. Oh, rats, it's not working. Time for a prayer, boys. Dear God, don't let us die because of this guy, and don't blame us if he dies. Amen. Okay, men, heave ho.
Sailors tossed Jonah overboard. As we said, you can run, but you can't hide from God. The minute Jonah hit the water, a large fish came up and swallowed him. Jonah stayed in the belly of that fish for 3 days and 3 nights, which was rather unpleasant.
Hey there, God. I know that when times get tough, you're there for me, even when I'm in over my head, and I run away from you. I can always call out to you, and you will hear my prayer. I can always ask forgiveness and say thanks, and you will hear me and look after me.
At those very words, the fish opened its mouth and hurled Jonah out onto the dry land. Act 2, in the pumpkin patch. As you might expect, God spoke to Jonah again. God still felt the people of Nineveh needed to clean up their act. You know, the usual. Stop making war on neighboring countries, look after their poor and hungry citizens better, look after their women and children better, all that jazz. Okay, now Jonah, do what I tell you this time. Get up and go to Nineveh and tell the people of that city to smarten up and behave, or else. This time Jonah did as he was told and went to Nineveh. It was a fair hike. When he got there, he belted out his message hither and yon.
Hey, all you guys from Nineveh, it's in 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed if you don't all smarten up.
Oh my gosh, this guy is so right. Let's proclaim a fast. Okay, everyone big and small is going to wear shabby clothes to show how sorry we are. Right on. It's about time we start cleaning things up around here. Time for a decree. I decree that all humans and all animals in the kingdom will fast. That means we won't drink or eat anything for a little while.
Moo! Bah! Arf! That seems a little rough. What did we do wrong?
Furthermore, all humans and animals in the city will wear shabby clothes like mine to show they're sorry.
Why should I cover up my nice spotted coat? I'm already warm and willy enough. This is a bad deal for us. Rough. Definitely rough.
And one more thing. All people and animals in the kingdom will pray to God and turn from their evil ways. Then God might change his mind and not destroy our city.
Since when did chewing your cud become evil? I sure hope God understands sheep prayers. Rough.
When God saw that all those people and all those animals really and truly were sorry, God did in fact have a change of heart and decided not to destroy the city. Jonah, however, was not happy with this turn of events.
Yeah, right, sure. Now you've gone and done exactly what I knew you'd do. Went and forgave them. That's why I never wanted to come here in the first place. I knew you'd be too forgiving and not go through with it. These guys would never be punished for all the bad things they've done. If this is how you run your world, I don't even want to live in it here anymore.
What is your issue? Jonah headed off in a sulk to the city limits and watched the city to see what would happen. God continued to look after Jonah. God made a big plant grow up over him. Some say that plant was a bean. Some say it was like a pumpkin plant with great wide shady leaves like umbrellas. Whatever it was, Jonah liked it and felt quite comfy and safe in the shade of the plant God had sent. In the morning, though, God sent along a bug. Some say it was a worm. This worm chewed up the plant and killed it. Then the day became hot, and Jonah thought he would die from the heat, without the shade of his friend, the green plant.
I'm so sad. My friend, Mr. Green Plant, is gone. I have nothing to live for anymore.
All right, Jonah, straighten up. Get some perspective. Take a look at yourself. See how miserable you feel about losing that vegetable I sent to make you feel all cool and shady.
Yeah?
Well, think how I feel. Nineveh is a big, huge city full of people. They're allowed to learn from their mistakes. Why shouldn't I care about all those people and all those cute little animals too?
Gee whiz, you're so right. I never thought of it that way. That would be why you're God and why I'm not.
The end.
Thank you so much for joining us. Shanah Tova Umituka, a sweet, happy, and healthy new year to each and every one of you.
Shanah Tova, a sweet, happy, and healthy new year to you and to your whole families.
Hey everybody, this is your Congressman, Scott Peters, and I wanted to wish you and Rabbi Earne and all the families and kids at the Congregation Beth Am, La Shanah Tova, a happy and prosperous and healthy new year.
Hi, this is Kevin Faulkner, and I'm the mayor of San Diego. And I'm here today to say that today's show was sponsored by the letter Sameh for San Diego. Shanah Tova.